Hey guys, welcome back. Continuing the theme of talking about the best things about episode 1 this week. Today I'm going to be discussing my top 5 favorite musical tracks in the episode 1 soundtrack. Now my original plan was to play these on the piano, but a couple of them I've never played before, and I forgot until today, so I haven't had time to practice, so yeah, we're just going to have to play this a little bit by ear. No pun intended. So, starting with number 5 on the list is Anakin is Free. Now, this was not released on the original, 15-20 track soundtrack, but the expanded soundtrack with, previously unreleased material, and the track is called Anakin is Free / To Coruscant. And specifically it's the track where Anakin says goodbye to his mom. Now this scene in the movie, it never fails to make me tear up because it's just so heartbreaking that that's the only time they see each other until Shmi dies, and that's horrible. It's one iteration of the famous Force theme that's been around since Star Wars, you know, that it's just so beautiful, and the way it builds as he walks away from his mom, it's just like, oh, it's like every time the Force theme plays, it's like a character is starting to move toward or embrace their destiny, so that's really, really neat. Number 4 on the list is Augie's Great Municipal Band, otherwise known as the song right before the end credits. It's the celebration in Naboo where everyone's marching down the streets, and it's sort of a that track. Even though it, some people think it's kind of silly, I really love it. It's fun. It's got a great beat to it, and it's a great song for a party or something like that. Number 3 on the list is the song for Qui-Gon's funeral. Oh my gosh, it was used again very effectively at the end of episode 3, but it's the singing in there is Sanskrit, and I believe the translation is something like eternal sleep or something like that. I'm not really sure. It's very sad and it sounds very ancient. Sanskrit's an ancient language, and number 2 on the list also has a lot of Sanskrit in it. It's Duel of the Fates. Some people have jokingly called it corn on the cob, corn on the kebab, you know, this classic misheard lyrics thing. But Duel of the Fates is probably the most overplayed track from the episode 1 soundtrack. I mean, between 1999 and about 2003, that was everywhere. People would not stop playing it. And then it showed up again in episode 3 with the duel between Yoda and Palpatine, and it's a really dramatic piece, and it's got this great beat and melody in the lower registers of everyone's heard Duel of the Fates, everyone knows it. I do not remember what the translation of the lyrics is, but again, they're also in Sanskrit, and it's something like an impending battle, or like a battle of the trees or something like that. And finally, my number 1 favorite track from episode 1 is Anakin's theme. Now, I know everyone was probably expecting Duel of the Fates to be number 1, but honestly, it was so overplayed, it gets old pretty fast these days, which is sad. But with Anakin's theme, it's perfect. It's quiet and gentle and innocent, but it's got very, very slight undertones of darkness and tragedy and wistfulness. Now, I don't know who hears it, but at the end of Anakin's theme, there's a little hint of the Imperial March, which of course later is Darth Vader's theme. It's so beautiful and so poignant and so touching. I think it's the perfect way to describe Anakin's journey from innocence into heartbreak, into anger, and then finally his descent at the very end into darkness. But then later he comes out of the darkness, but that's for that's a story for a different movie. And that's why I love Anakin's theme so much. It's just so perfect for the character. So there you go, guys. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry I've been reduced to another talking head, but it's been raining all week, and we've been preparing to have company very soon. So things have been a little bit discombobulated, and the weather isn't cooperating. So yeah, I am so sorry. My motivation and creativity is at a very, very low point right now. So please, please be patient with me. But I will see everybody again on Friday. And until then, God bless, and may the Force be with you. Bye.